Is Guru name a scam? Is Peng Joon a scam? Is Tony Robbins a scam? Is Robert Kiyosaki a scam? Is Dan Lok a scam? Is Kevin David a scam? The truth about these people revealed. Hey, this is Peng Joon here, and one of the things that I've been noticing that's really rampant in the online world over the last decade pretty much is marketers riding on other people's names and using these kind of call-outs as though there's some sort of expose saying, is marketer's name or is author's name or is thought leader's name a scam? The truth about product name or truth about person name revealed. And this is literally something that has gone on in the internet marketing community for a really long time. It's sometimes known as negative advertising, and it is a great clickbait. And I felt like I needed to break my silence and share with you my opinion and my take on this after seeing just so many marketers being attacked, some of them being really unfair. And I wanted to share with you how to think about this. Now, one thing before I begin talking about all these different people is I want to mention something that I heard from Tony Robbins close to a decade ago. And he said, when it comes to building significance, which is something that every human being wants to do, everybody wants to be significant, everybody wants to be recognized, there's really just two ways of doing it. He said, in order to build the tallest building in the city, you can either, number one, tear everyone else down, or number two, actually build this tallest building. Now, online marketing and doing these ads, videos, promos, and these type of clickbaits, there's really just these two ways to do it as well. Number one is you could actually create videos and create content that actually gives value to other people. Or number two, you could get the significance and the hits and the likes and the engagement by tearing everybody else down. Now, number two, unfortunately, is an extremely effective marketing method because it's really based on fear, it's based on provoking others, it's based on controversy. People love drama, people love gossip, and that's why it's extremely effective. And in fact, in the world of affiliate marketing, it's been used for such a long time. If you were to look at any marketer out there, including my name, is Peng Joon a scam? The truth about product name revealed. Tons of them have been doing this for such a long time, and there's just so many videos for every single marketer out there, and usually there's always just these two outcomes, right? Most of the time it's,
we review this person's product. Is it a scam? Before you buy anything else, watch this or read this article to find out more.
and people will naturally want to click on that because they're about to buy this person's name and this marketer is bidding on this terminology. So naturally they hijack this terminology, and now people want this unbiased review. And usually what happens is,
We took a look at this product name and we found out that, number one, it's the real deal. So buy this from us where we give you these different bonuses.
or the second one would be,
we looked at it and it's really not that great. We give it a 4 out of 10. Buy this other product instead.
and either way, it's both an affiliate link. The person will get paid whether you buy from this person or not, or this other person. So one thing I've been noticing that's really rampant right now is YouTube channels from other people where they build their entire audience just knocking others down, other people who's making 10x more income than them, and there's just tons of channels like that. I'm just not going to name any of them. And I feel that what's happening right now is that they're rallying all these different people together, angry, broke people in most instances. And the way I'd like you to think about this is, in whatever industry, whether it's fitness, whether it's money, whether it's investing, I always believe in this 1% rule, which is basically this. I believe that if you are really, really good at what you do, you will have a minimum of 1% of people not liking you, not agreeing with you, who will criticize you, who will doubt you, who will hate on you. Now, this number is going to be a whole lot higher, especially if your market or your niche has anything to do with money or wealth, that kind of stuff, or personal development. Now, if you were to take a look at any thought leader that you respect or that is big out there, whether it's Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, or whoever, okay? Just think about the name, and if you went online and if you typed in person name scam, I guarantee you, you will have crazy amount of results, including myself. And the reason for that is because of this 1% rule. Why? Because these people have helped millions of people. And no matter how good you are, you will have that 1% who will disagree with you and who will hate on you. For whatever reason, they might not like the way you look, might not like your accent, might not like the way you talk, might not like the way you dress, might not like you for your beliefs, might not like you for skin color, might not like you for religion, might not like you for no reason at all. And this is why most people will just stay in their comfort zone and not want to do anything. Haters is confirmation of greatness. This 1% of is person name a scam is a great clickbait. In fact, let's do an experiment. Let's go to my laptop instead, okay? I'm gonna go on Google. I'm gonna type in Mother Teresa scam. First result out of 4 million. Number one is an entire article on Mother Teresa that's on Wikipedia. And probably most people would say like Mother Teresa is a saint. She dedicated her entire life like literally just helping people. And you can see like there's a whole Wikipedia article criticizing Mother Teresa, a whole New York Times article criticizing Mother Teresa. You have a Medium article saying that Mother Teresa is a fraud. Whoever, okay? Let's take a look at, you know what? Let's type in Jesus. Now this is probably gonna offend some of you, but I'm doing this to prove a point. 16.7 million search results. We'll obviously find a lot of different things that's, people's gonna say whether it's a hoax, whether it's a scam. And if you take a look at the different results for anything, really, here's the thing. If you take a look at any person or being or entity that has achieved greatness, that has reached millions of people, I guarantee you there's somebody, at least 1%, again, if you're doing a good job, calling it a scam. And here's the thing, if you were to think about this concept for a second, many of these people who are doing these YouTube videos, who are calling these other marketers a scammer, they're labeling themselves as a person who's out there to look for the truth. And I respect that. I mean, sure, we deserve to know the truth. But wouldn't you at the same time agree that no matter how good you are, you will have at least, again, that 1% of people who will buy something, a product, program, service, with a different set of expectations, thinking that they're going to be rich overnight, and that 1% who didn't do anything will end up having no results, whatever it might be. And here's what these people who are doing these exposés doing. They're totally ignoring all of the other positive comments and they're looking at that 1%. Now, what is an acceptable percentage that makes it a scam? Is 1% of failure considered a scam? What about 10%? Is this considered a scam? Like 10% of people do it who don't get any results? What if it was 30% or 50%? At what number would it be considered a scam? 50% is high. If half of the people don't get results, yeah, that's kind of misleading, okay? But here's what I would like you to take a look at next. Traditional school and college and university. How many percent of people that go to school and go to college do you think ends up being successful in life? In fact, does it even guarantee them a job? Not at all. But yet, that's seen as a norm by most people, right? Now, for a person that spends 5-6 figures, and it's definitely 6 figures if you're thinking about Ivy League and the top colleges out there, but this is what most people would pay to get to that dream college or university. So what do you think would be the success rate of a person that becomes successful, that goes through this system that society has made normal to go to that university and become successful? I would say, and I'm totally pulling the number out of my ass here, maybe 3 to 5%, and that's being generous. But let's say it was 5%. What do you think this number is? Let me know in the comments below. Now, whatever number you think it is, to me, this is a scam, and there's not enough people calling this out. But just think about this for a second. So paying 6 figures to go to school and get a good degree in hopes to get a good job is deemed as normal, and that's sane. But if you spent $97 or $1,000 or $2,000 to buy a course on specialized knowledge. Oh, but if you spend $2,000 on a course, that's stupid. That's a scam. You spent $2,000 trying to be good at this one skill set and you didn't get the results you want, but spending 6 figures to do this is normal and that's sanity. And here's the thing that saddens me. Once in a while people ask me saying, Peng Joon, are you teaching get rich quick? And sometimes I have trouble answering that question. Because it's like a trick question. It's like, number one, I know that social media and Facebook ads and building online business and sales processes isn't get rich slow. So somehow society has made it so that get rich quick is a bad thing. But this thing over here, this is normal. The point I'm trying to make is this. The question I want you to ask yourself is, are you working on building the tallest building? Or are you trying to build the tallest building by tearing somebody else down, and other people down, and all these other houses down? I would like to share with you my favorite quote of all time, okay? And I'd like to read it over to you, okay? And basically, this quote, it is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does this and actually strive to do the deeds, who actually knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, whom at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls, who neither know victory nor defeat. Now think about that for a second. The question I'd like you to ask yourself is, have you been in the arena or have you been a spectator? Because most people are going to be spectators their entire life. And if you are going to be in the arena, I want to prepare you for this, that in the journey of pursuit of greatness, there will be that 1%. The 1% will try to tear you down, who will try to ride on your popularity, who will try to hijack the keywords, which is your name of your products, to ride on your success at the expense of you. And for those of you that's putting out those videos, it is easy to tear other people down, but it's going to be way harder to build something up of your own. To those of you who are watching those videos, the question I'd like you to ask yourself is, how does this actually serve you? I see so many people just utilizing this thing that's in their pockets and being on social media, consuming content that's purely just a distraction. I know people that use this to just look at politics the entire day. And all they do is look at politics and read up on politics and share their thoughts and opinions and try to persuade and change somebody else's belief. Their friends and family is probably not even reading their post in the first place. And they're consumed by things that they cannot change. So are you just obsessed by watching these videos? It's great to know the truth, but at the same time, does watching these videos every single day serve you? Being in the arena, that's scary. Chances are you're gonna feel alone. Chances are there's going to be tons of criticism. There's gonna be tons of haters, people booing at you. And this is why most people never even begin, or even if they begin, they quit after a couple of weeks or months. Why? Because social media can be very brutal. People will say things to you that they will never say in front of your face when you're with your family. But somehow, behind the keyboard, they become warriors. The haters that you'll get in the journey of you doing this, they are never doing better than you. To understand that the reason why they're hating on you is because of some could have been, should have been, or would have been. There's something they see in you that they feel that could have been them, that should have been them. And it is just a reflection on them. Look, if somebody watches your stuff for 15 minutes and 30 minutes and they have something to hate on you, that's just the way it is. And if you can deploy empathy and know that it's not personal, that's how you can become invincible while you are in the arena. The question you gotta ask yourself is, can you be brave enough not to allow somebody else's opinion of you to define who you are and what you're capable of? One of my first few videos on YouTube was somebody saying, Peng Joon, you'll never be able to speak internationally with that ching chong accent. True story. I've had comments that said, you know, Peng Joon, who's gonna listen to you when you haven't even gone through puberty yet? Right? I get a lot of these hilarious comments. I just laugh it off. Why? Because it's not personal. It's just somebody else's lens and reflection on how it looks on them. Hey, this is Peng Joon here, and the question is, have you been a spectator or have you been actually playing this game of life? Let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is. And as always, if you like this video, click on the subscribe button. It helps the channel out a little bit. And I'll see you in future videos.